What's up guys, welcome back to another Whitewater kayaking video. This week I'm here with David Silk again. You'll remember him from Guerrilla Signals for Kayakers a few weeks ago. Chainsaws, alligators, watch out. We are talking today about whitewater swimming, and obviously it's better if you don't have to swim out of your kayak.
I would say almost always.
Almost exclusively. David and I both try and avoid it, but for the purpose of demonstration, David did an excellent demonstration of swimming through a rapid. When we're swimming through a rapid, there's a couple really important things that we thought would be useful for you to know about. David, what's the number one rule for what not to do when you're swimming in whitewater?
Well, you're not going to want to have your feet down. You're not going to want to stand up.
Why is that?
Well, you don't want your feet to get caught in rocks under the water, Seth. You know, the current's pretty strong out there. It can push you over, hold you underwater, called a foot entrapment.
Okay,
we want to avoid that.
We do want to avoid a foot entrapment, and for the visual purposes, because this is a video.
Yep.
This is a video.
I'm pretty sure.
We're going to demonstrate a foot entrapment possibility here over there.
If you imagine the water running from right to left on this screen, it would be pushing me down and making it impossible to stand up.
Okay, so with our number one rule in mind, not standing up, next thing we need to know about really is that there's two main ways to swim in whitewater. We've got defensive swimming, which is where you're going to be defending, and we've got aggressive or offensive swimming, where you're going to be swimming offensively, yeah, but not like cursing or anything, or like telling the river you hate it.
You can be.
More like an offensive style, like an aggressive style.
No, some karate kicks.
Okay, so
break some rocks.
Let's talk about defensive swimming. So defensive, the river's behind us, and if you can see it, anyway, doesn't matter. Whichever direction you're going in, you're going to be laying on your back, you're going to have your butt in the air, you're going to be using your feet out in front of you to kind of fend off rocks or other kayakers or anything that comes in your way here.
Bumper car scenario.
Bumper car scenario, exactly. Defensive swimming is really, really useful when you're just trying to figure out where you are and where you're going and where you need to be. If you just need to take a little breather for a second, your feet and your butt are pushing up the whole time, your life jacket is helping you stay on the surface. So you're in really good shape, but the problem is it's difficult to control where you're going, right? Because you can be laying on the ground and you can only use your hands to control whereabouts you're heading to. And that's not super effective or efficient. So a more effective way to get where you're going is that like aggressive or offensive swimming style. Offensive.
Yeah, you want to get where you're going, you want to point where you want to be, and you want to swim in that direction.
Dave, what's different between defensive swimming, as we demonstrated, and offensive swimming?
Well, when I'm on my offense, I'm going to be on my stomach, right? I'm going to be swimming pretty aggressively, using some nice over-the-head strokes, moving where I want to go. I'm still going to try and keep my feet up nice and high, though, so I'm not bashing against any rocks. I'm not running along the river bottom. Common mistake. But we're swimming, we're kicking, using a nice overhead stroke, I'd say, Seth. It's usually what I'm aiming for.
And the whole time you're kind of looking where you're trying to go to, right? And also, like, using your peripheral vision to see what else is around you, so that you're not, like, mobbing, you're not like head down, Olympic swimming race.
We're not trying to
turn your head on the side to breathe. You know, you've got to have your head, you have to be like aware of everything that's going on around you, and that's another really important thing. But I think it's overlooked is people just start mobbing, head down, and they got nowhere to go, right? Like they may be swimming in the wrong direction, or more importantly, they're swimming away from those people who are going to help them. So we've got to stay head up, we've got to stay aware, especially aware of what's going on. Okay.
Another good one there. You guys are probably going to want to, when you're coming into these big waves, you're coming into an eddy line. We're not in our boat anymore. We don't have a lot of buoyancy, despite our lovely life jackets. You're going to want to take a big breath before you hit that wave, not over the top. You take it when you'd be going over the top. You're going to be taking a big breath of water. That's not good. We're not fish. For your health.
True enough. And then the final thing to think about, and this is probably the most advanced part of this video we're going to talk about today, is crossing those eddy lines, right? So as we talked about in previous videos, eddy lines are where the current's not going downstream or going back upstream in the eddy current. It's kind of like mismatch. And in our kayak, it's easy to just breeze across that using our edges, super chill. But obviously, when we've got a lot more of ourselves in the water, that means the eddy line can affect a lot more of us. So the technique called the log roll can help you avoid those vortex situations where you're at the eddy line, where you're suddenly getting sucked down for no reason.
Possible vortex activity.
Possible vortex activity, exactly. So to avoid possible vortex activity, we want to use this log roll technique. David, you want to show us how?
You're gonna do some nice spins over the top, pretend you're a beautiful ballerina, and you're gonna try and swirl yourself, use the vortexes to your advantage to move yourself into the eddy. Again, looking where you want to go, try and pull yourself into the eddy, but doing those nice, lovely turns over.
Yeah, so really thinking about reaching nice and fast before you just start like rolling over around. Like this is not gonna get you where you're going, right? But if you can really reach for that eddy water and pull yourself into it as you roll over for that next bend, like we saw in the video, looking down here, you can see Dave doing it. That's gonna have a big impact on helping just to pull you into that more consistent water of the eddy or the more consistent water of the current, but not mix and match in between, right? All right, that's pretty much all we got for this week's video. Thanks a lot for watching. David Silk, Seth Ashworth, signing off. Peace.